Hello everyone. Welcome back to Aurora's vlog and thank you for listening to Aurora's True to Life story. A Filipina's Journey to America, Episode 12. Big thing happening in this episode, so don't skip it. As usual, I thank you for following my story and that I appreciate you all very much for supporting my channel. Please don't forget to smash the like button and hit subscribe if this is your first time visiting Aurora's vlog channel. If you missed the introduction of my story and the first 11 episode, please scroll down at video description below or look up for my playlists. Let's get this episode 12 immediately. Was it out of his rage, just because he didn't catch any deer that day? Or he was just a plain lunatic? We headed back home, and Jack did not say a thing to me. I think he was feeling very guilty and could not believe what he had just done. When we arrived back home, he went straight to take a shower and from the shower to bed. Whilst in bed he was tossing and turning all night. The night took so long for him. I was sure that he did not sleep a wink the whole night because of what he just did. By dawn, he had to be up to get ready for work, and he left the house by 5 a.m. Everything that happened that night felt like it was all a dream. I would like to think it was. It dawned on me that day that my life was at stake here. I cannot live in fear. I need to put my plans into action. I had to do something quickly or else Jack might have his own plans already cooking and who knows what he could do. Remember, Jack had two personalities. His bad side weighs more than being good. Fast forward, my mother wrote to me and begged for help due to my father being sick. I knew that Jack is tough to deal with, but there has to be a way that I could soften his heart. I was pacing back and forth. How do I go about telling Jack that my dad needs some financial medical help? Of course, I was not going to ask for a single penny from his own money. What I was about to ask him for was my own hard-earned money from my 9-to-5 job that he kept to himself. All I wanted from my own money was $50 a month to help my dad's monthly medical bill. That was all. Therefore, I was practicing my lines on how to say it in a very convincing way. It was as if I was practicing for an audition coming up. Whatever may have happened, I had to prepare myself emotionally and physically, I said to myself. Jack came home from work, and I made sure the house was all cleaned up and dinner was all ready for him. I did that so that the house would have a nice and calm environment, whilst I am pleading to Jack. His 18-year-old son was at school at this time. Jack and I ate dinner together, and by the time we were done eating, I asked him if I could talk to him about something. I told him about my dad's situation at first. I could see the expression on his face, but he continued to listen to me. When I said to him that my dad is sick and that I would like to send $50 a month from my own earnings, his face turned really red. His eyes were very big and it looked like there was a horn popping up from his head. At that exact moment, he rather looked like someone worse than he is. Without uttering a word, he stormed towards me and was about to me. When I saw what he was about to do, I quickly got down on my knees so that he wouldn't be able to reach my but he was too quick that he was able to my tiny right arms and was just about to twist it. I also quickly turned my body along so that I would not get myself hurt. Jack then dragged me from the kitchen all the way to the front living room and I wet my pants while he me out the door 5 steps down, and I landed on a thorny rose garden. Jack then slammed the door behind me. This happened around 8 p.m. It was so dark outside. Our house is in the middle of nowhere. I got up and I was running barefoot towards Jack's niece, who lives just a few hundred yards behind us. I was weeping, scared, confused, and helpless. I knocked on the door twice, and Jack's niece opened the door. She asked what happened and why was I crying. I could not speak other than to tell her to call 911. She tried to calm me down so that I could talk. I breathed deeply, and I told her what her Uncle Jack had just done to me earlier. For some reason, she was not surprised. Maybe she knows that her Uncle Jack is an abusive man. She then told me to calm down and that she would call 911 for me. I felt relieved that I would be getting some help soon, and so I thought. She was on the phone for 10 minutes, and I was very anxious for the police to arrive. 20 minutes later, someone knocks at the door. I was hoping that it would be the police and not Jack. "It's open, come on in," Jack's niece said. To my surprise, it was my brother-in-law Joe, who used to be a cop himself, Jack's brother. They singled me out. No wonder she was acting suspiciously earlier when she told me that she was going to call 911. She called her dad, Jack's brother, not 911. I was so at her. Of course, though she knows that Jack is an abusive man. She would be protective of him because Jack is her uncle. She would choose him over me. Who am I to her anyway? Jack's brother Joe came in and was very calm. Joe was just listening to what his daughter had to say. He didn't say much. A few minutes later, Jack stormed in and grabbed my hand. I tried to yank my hand away from him. I begged Jack that I did not want to come home. I told Jack I was waiting for the cops to arrive. Jack was 250 pounds, and I was only 83 pounds. What strength do I have to fight back with him? He then just picked and carried me up back to his truck and took me back home. As soon as we arrived home, I ran quickly to the living room in the corner behind the couch and was extremely scared. I have been through enough for the last 30 months of my life living in hell with Jack. This was the most horrifying moment, not knowing whether I would be alive tomorrow. Just the thought of him, that he was capable of cow without mercy. He could do the same to me as he already tried to strike me that night. That is all for the day. Thank you for following this true-to-life story. A Filipinas journey to America. Watch out for the next episode. Jack grabbed my purse and retrieved all of my IDs, including my driver license, my passport, green card, my $400 cash that I had been saving up. Please share this story, leave some comments if you like the background music, or just even simply like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it much. Bye for now. Have a great day.